Basically what the purpose of this is a good toolbox drill that we use to get a lot of reps in a small amount of time, which is any coach's dream. We really focus on the moment of truth, as I call it, so the point of contact where your body touches the ball. So in volleyball, you can't catch it, throw it, kick it, aside from a serve. So we really want to focus and make sure that one contact is phenomenal. So we want to have a nice big hand to make sure that we can control, make that ball spin. Small hand, obviously we have less control, and there's a smaller room for error when contacting the ball. So for this hand-to-ball contact series progression, I'm going to give you some exercises. You can do as many reps as you want, and as many sets as you want. It really doesn't matter, whatever floats your boat. You can do it with your attacking hand or your non-attacking hand. I generally have my younger club players start them out young, doing this full contact series with both hands, because it challenges them to use mechanics for both sides and really makes them think about the mechanics. So the first one is hand-to-ball smacks. I got this from a rebounding drill back when I used to play basketball. You simply pour your hand to the ball with both hands, and you're smacking the ball and working on having good hand-to-ball contact. What we want to hear and feel is a crisp contact. So you should be able to audibly hear good contact versus bad contact and tangibly feel good contact versus bad contact. And I challenge you as a coach to challenge your players to feel that. Hey, was that good hand to ball? Was that bad hand to ball? The more I coach club, the more I realize that there's horrible hand to ball contact in every gym that I work with. And it's just an emphasis that we don't spend a lot of time on. So hand to ball smacks is the first one. And it's simple. You're just smacking the ball, nice big hand. I challenge you that you form your hand to the ball. As we take it away, we pull it back. Pretty simple hand to ball smacks. You can do this as many as you want. I generally say 10 for each hand, attacking and non-attacking. Next hand-to-ball contact exercise is stiff wrist, as in like a float serve, stiff wrist, hip hits. So I'm going to form my hand to the ball as if I'm serving a float serve again, not breaking my wrist, attacking or top spin, we're breaking my wrist, float, we're having a stiff wrist, hip hits, forming my hand to the ball, just making simple contacts at hip level. Stiff wrist, hip hits, pretty simple. I would challenge you to make sure that your players form their hand to the ball every time and not just try to sit there and do this, because you'll find that, especially with the younger girls. Challenge them to be mindful of their hand positioning on the ball and always use these panels as reference. Hopefully you have some girls that have big hands that can form their whole hand to the ball, but challenge them to go pinky and thumb from side panel to side panel. I don't know, can we see that? Is that good? Perfect. So first one is hand-to-ball smacks. Second one was stiff wrist. All right, again, I do about 10 contacts, forming my hand to the ball. All it is elbow and snap. Third one is loose wrist, hip hit. So the concept of having loose wrist is very critical. Attacking is a whipping motion. It's stiff, 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 loose at the top. So if you use a whip, the only part that really incurs damage is the tassel, and that's what you need to be loose. The rest of it can be super stiff and rigid, but the top part, the tassel, needs to be loose. So when we attack, we need to be stiff with our core, and then loose and flexible at the top. So with the loose wrist hip hits, we're going to challenge our players to have a loose wrist for 3 seconds. All right, and really challenge it, because the first time that you're going to do it, it's going to look really stiff and awkward. The older kids will be able to have that body control. We want to have a big hand, loose wrist for 3 seconds. We're going to go elbow, snap, and hold our follow through. I'm going to challenge you to look at my follow through and not the ball for these reps. So loose wrist, 1, 2, 3, and snap. Hold my follow through, 1, 2, 3, snap. Hold my follow through. Exaggerating the follow through. You could say gooseneck, hand in the cookie jar, high snap, whatever you need to use. Challenge them to focus on that follow through. The fourth contact drill is, I call these hitter's pockets. You can call it whatever you want, but for me as an attacker, when I draw my arm back, this is my hitter's pocket. So what we're challenging especially the younger girls to do, is to get the sequence of muscles to use. So generally we want to start at the bottom and work our way up. So what I do is I have them start with an open position, and I call opening the door to the setter, and then closing the door afterwards, all that good stuff, whatever terminology you want to use. But we're going to go through a checklist. My toes, hips, shoulders are facing where my setter is. Check. I'm going to look at my hand, and I want to have a thumb down position. Again, not super critical, but we want them to have good orientation, so we're going to say thumb down. You can teach it whatever you want. I'm also going to say that we need to have a sharp elbow. I don't want a rounded elbow. It really depends on the position. In general, I want thumb down, sharp elbow. non-attacking hand high. All right. So once they've gone through this checklist, and I verbally say, excuse me, have you gone through your checklist? Have you gone through your checklist? Toes, hips, shoulders, elbow, thumb down. Big hand is another one, which is the last one, and then we go into our actual hitter's pocket exercise. So non-attacking hand is going to be holding the ball super high because we want to challenge high contact. We're going to step with our lead foot, and I want them to open up, and this is going to engage our hips. So step, hip, elbow, contact. All right, so that's exactly what we're looking. We don't want to see elbow, then hips. We don't want to see hand, then elbow, then hips. We want to make sure that's in the correct order of feet, hips, elbow, contact, right? That's where we're going to get the most velocity in my opinion. So high contact, go through my checklist: toes, hips, shoulders, elbow, thumb down, big hand. I can engage in the exercise: step, hip, elbow, snap. Step, hip, elbow, snap. Okay, and as you do this, I would challenge you to break it down by component with the younger age groups. Older girls should be able to pick it up right up and have good mechanics. If I were to take a string and were to tie it on my pinky and place it on the wall back here, what I'd see is that I'm stepping hip, elbow, and my elbow's going to lead and my hand will follow afterwards. That's really what we're looking for, especially with the younger girls. And you see it with some middles. They like to do this motion instead of leading with their elbow and having a loose arm, and I call big circles with their elbow. So we really want to challenge them to draw back, go through the checklist, hip, and lead with their elbow and still make eye contact. The last one is just juggling. I haven't came up with a better term for this, but it really isn't juggling like this, but it's just getting the ball to spin. We challenge our girls to be aware of how we can incur spin on the ball. I think that's a big thing. So we go 10 underhand, 10 overhand. Struggle with my left for both. And what we want is to almost recreate that high roll shot, having contact above our head. You'd be amazed at how much this does help ball control if you just kind of breeze through this. We generally have our girls do this as soon as they step in the gym. You know, hey, buzz through your handball contact series, then warm up your arms. It's something very simple, and it's a good refresher for a lot of the simple mechanics for attacking. Thank you.